Hi, I'm Reverend Wendy Craig-Purcell here at the Unity Center in San Diego. Thank you so much for watching today. If you'd like to support the work that we do here, please consider making a contribution. Go to our website. It's easy to do. Thank you in advance for that contribution.
So I'm going to give you 8. I normally don't go that many tips, but I'm going to give you 8 quick tips that you can use almost immediately to find that God presence. And the first thing is to avoid making any major decisions while you're going through the void. If you're going through the void and the void happens to be, I don't know, your spouse left you, don't get married the next week. That all of a sudden you want to do this and that, and then you say, no, but I can't. Yes, you can. But do things in moderation. When you're going through the void issues that you might have, realize that you don't want to make quick decisions about things. That's number 1. Number 2 is don't try to hurry the void. I got to get a job now. How am I going to pay my rent? How? Guess what you're putting up? You're putting up a barrier. You're creating more of a void than you had before. And all we need to do is to realize I don't need to be up front. I need to step back and allow it to happen. My stroke could not have happened, and I couldn't get well in a week. I couldn't get well in a month. It was a year. It took me 8 months before I could drive. A year before I was starting to be back on the platform speaking. Things take time. And as frustrating as it might seem, when's it ever going to happen? When's that special person ever going to come into my life? Can you imagine being pregnant and spending 9 months frustrated? Why isn't it happening? It will happen when it's time. It'll be the right time. Number 3 is that you pray and meditate every day. Now that sounds kind of, I do that. Well, let me ask whether or not you pray and talk to God, begging and please get me out of this void, or do you listen? And I'm going to ask you to listen, because it's in that listening that we get to move further. It's in that listening that we hear the words or the ideas or the new place to stop when you're going from one job to another, and all of a sudden new things happen for you. Pray and meditate, because Spirit, that's his number 4, Spirit's got a better plan for you than you do. Sometimes we underrate each other or ourselves. We say, I'm worth, $50,000 a year. Yeah, good. No, I'm worth $100,000 a year. How much do you value yourself? Because if you value yourself at a low level, that's what you're going to get. When you say, God, show me what to do, God values you at a higher level. A better job comes to you. A better relationship comes to you. More money comes to you. Your health gets that much better when you let God do the work and you just say, thank you. Can you say that together? Thank you? Yeah, thank you. Take care of yourself physically. Gee, when we get into our stuff, we sometimes don't look at what we're eating. And sometimes when we're really depressed, that pint of ice cream that's sitting in the freezer becomes the first pint that we eat, followed by the second pint. And then we go out to the store and we buy a few more pints. We get the half gallon. But you see, we don't need to do that to ourselves. All we need to do is just say, I love myself. And I'm going to take care of myself because this is the body temple. This is the temple of the most holy. Feel that within yourself. The temple within the most holy is taking care of you now and will continue to do so. Pay attention to your dreams. That's another one. Ideas don't always come during the daytime. They come many times just when you're sleeping and you wake up and you go, oh, maybe I'll call her. And all of a sudden, you're directed into a much better place, out of the void. I'm also going to ask you to, and I'm going to suggest this, not everybody's comfortable with keeping a journal. A journal is not just a diary of what you're feeling and how bad the world is and how tough it is to become and what I'm going through. And I'm going to suggest that every day, at the end of the day, you sit down and you write down all the good things that happened to you that day. The fact that you got to the bank and there wasn't a long line. The fact that you got on the freeway and there was no rush hour traffic. The fact that somebody sent you a little card that said, love you. When you write down all the good things that are happening, your mind makes a big shift and it gets out of the void. And lastly, I'm going to suggest to you that you change your support system. I don't know if you have anyone in your life who is negative. Anybody? That you say, oh, I lost my job, and all they can think about, oh, it's a bad market. Oh, you'll never find a job now. Oh, you're too old for oh, everything is bad. You don't need the negative people in your life. You don't need anybody else standing there saying how bad it is. And you know what? Oh, that doctor report that you got, that doesn't mean you're okay because my friend had this and then she got and ended up having. You don't need it. You don't need it. Recognize that you are a child of the Most High. You are incredible. And understanding absolutely that you getting out of the void is just a matter of waiting and relaxing and letting it happen. Getting into the void is the same way as getting out. And all I'm going to say is that the quickest way to get out of it is to embrace it. Embrace the void. It'll take you right where you need to be. God bless.
Many people enjoy Reverend Wendy's talks and meditations and aren't able to attend the Unity Center in person. If you're part of our extended family from around the world and would like to help support the Unity Center, please go to our website or download our free app, which offers even more ways to connect with the Unity Center. Namaste.